Possible new evidence reveals that Canada may have covered up the pandemic even before the first case was officially announced in China. NTD's Don Ma has more on the story.
A leaked document shows that Canada may have assisted the Chinese Communist Party in covering up the pandemic back in its early critical stages. Canadian officials potentially withheld information that could have prevented the outbreak. The report comes on the heels of a military document obtained by Canadian news outlet Rebel News. It says the Canadian government likely knew about the existence of the CCP virus as early as October 2019. That's months before China started reporting virus cases and weeks before the first ever confirmed virus patient. This information would contradict the Chinese regime's narrative about the pandemic's timeline. However, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau chose not to publicly release the information. The document is written by the advisor to Trudeau's National Defense Minister, dated January 2020. It's titled Exposure to Coronavirus During the Wuhan Military Games. It revolves around virus concerns regarding Canadian soldiers who traveled to China's Wuhan city last year. The soldiers went there to participate in a sporting event. A senior Canadian Armed Forces soldier who has inside knowledge on the matter told Rebel News that dozens and dozens of Canadian soldiers became sick from participating in the event. They all showed severe virus symptoms like coughing, lung problems, diarrhea, and vomiting. This happened in October 2019, well before China reported its first virus cases. The senior soldier says that the Canadian government allegedly refused to perform virus testing on the soldiers after they returned from Wuhan. Rebel News reports that this is because the Canadian government didn't want to provoke the Chinese Communist Party. If the test results came back positive, it would prove that the CCP lied about when the virus emerged in China and about the severity of its human-to-human transmission rate. A similar report by the New York Post explains that French soldiers were also sickened after participating in the event. It's unclear why Trudeau's government did not release this information, but we have seen the CCP's retaliatory response when countries probe into the virus's origins. Australia, among other countries, has repeatedly called for an investigation into the origins of the virus, but in a move widely perceived as retaliation, Beijing slapped strong sanctions on imports from the country. The CCP also has a record of retaliating against Canada. After Canadian authorities arrested the CFO of Chinese telecom giant Huawei, Chinese authorities arrested Canadian citizens Michael Korvig and Michael Spavor. Don Ma reporting, NTD News.